Welcome to the Board of Commissioners meeting on January 3rd, 2012. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May all seat now. Tonight we'll be swearing in all of the commissioners that have been re-elected. We have the Honorable Judge Osborne that will be conducting the ceremony, the oath of office for each commissioner. I want to thank the color guard and others to help this presentation tonight, and the bagpipe players as well. Thank you. First up, we have Commissioner Higgins. James C. Higgins, the first ward commissioner, was elected. I'd like him to please come up to the podium.
Stand. Right. Good evening. Please repeat after me. I
James C. Higgins,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and that I will discharge the duties of Commissioner of Radnor Township
and that I will discharge the duties of Commissioner of Radnor Township
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Please.
Jim, you want to start over here and we'll shake your hand, Jim? We'll start with Kevin, we'll shake your hand. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jim. Thanks, Jim.
Next up, we have the oath of office for the third ward commissioner, Bill Spingler. Bill Spingler has served the public office for many years. I believe this is his sixth term as township commissioner. Seventh term. Thank you, Bill.
And who's holding the Bible for you this evening?
My granddaughter, Kimberly.
Good evening. All right, Mr. Spingler, please raise your hand and repeat after me. I, William Spingler,
I, William A. Spingler,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of
the
America,
Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor
and
Township,
the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township.
and that I will discharge my duties
I will discharge my duties
as a Commissioner of Radnor Township
as a Commissioner of Radnor Township
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Kimberly.
Please, Mr. Spingler, please sign the oath.
One enough?
One is plenty.
Okay.
That's all you get.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bill.
Thanks.
Next up, we have the oath of office of the 5th Ward Commissioner, John Nagel.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Nagel. Please repeat after me. I, John C. Nagel,
I, John C. Nagel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
as Commissioner of Radnor Township
as Commissioner of Radnor Township
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please. Please stop and sign.
John. Congratulations, John.
You do. I think it has to be turned into the Township Secretary. Keep it. Okay.
And we have the oath of office of the 7th Ward Commissioner, John Fisher. So I'll head down. Sarah.
Very good.
Outstanding.
Oh, yeah. All right. I think we need to step closer. Thank you. All right, please repeat after me. I, John Fisher,
I, John Fisher,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township.
and that I will discharge the duties of my office
And I will discharge the duties of my office
as Commissioner of Radnor Township
as Commissioner of Radnor Township
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please stop a moment and
Sarah.
sign your oath. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank the Board of Commissioners of Radnor Township for inviting me to participate this evening. It's an honor.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Judge Osborne. That was very nice. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. Next up, with the election of the president. First, I'll take nominations, and then we'll put it to a vote. Do I have a nomination?
I'll nominate Bill Spengler for president.
Second.
Okay. Any other nominations for president? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Votes carry it. I will not be calling a nay vote on that because he has enough votes to take the vote. And vice president, any nomination?
I'd like to nominate Elaine Schaefer for vice president.
Second?
Any other nominations? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries again. At this point, I'll continue to maintain the seat as president throughout the rest of the meeting. That's according to the administrative code. At this point, we have the appointment of the Township Solicitor, John Rice.
Move the appointment?
Second.
Okay, any board discussion? Any public discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. We have the appointment of the Township Secretary.
Robert Sinkowski, I'll move the appointment.
Second.
Any board discussion?
Are you allowed to be Township Secretary, Bob, or John?
He is now a resident, yes.
Okay, that's the only, it's not a conflict with the Township Manager and the Township Secretary?
No.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, any public discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. We have the appointment of the Assistant Township Secretary.
I'll move the appointment of William White.
Second.
Okay, any board discussion? Any public discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we have the oath of office to the Township Solicitor, the oath of office of the Township Secretary and Assistant Secretary, Township Manager, and Department Heads. I'll ask that John Rice, Solicitor, Robert Zinkowski, Township Secretary, William White, Assistant Secretary, Bob again as Township Manager, William White as Director of Finance, William Colarulo as Superintendent of Police, Kevin Kachansky as Director of Community Development, Tammy Cohen, Director of Recreation and Community Programming, and Stephen Orsini as Director of Public Works. Please approach the podium. And again, we'll have Judge Osborne come up and do the proceeding. Yes, did you want to come up, or? We just stand in place, that's fine.
That's fine. All right, I will ask each person who will receive an oath to please raise your right hand. You each have a copy of your oath, and you see that there is a space for your name and also a space for the description of your duties. When we come to that part, if you will add your own particular aspects of this oath, I would appreciate it. Please repeat after me. I, please state your name,
John B. Rice,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and the Home Rule Charter of Radnor Township,
and that I will discharge my duties as,
and I will discharge my duties as
and please state your position,
Solicitor of Township
All right, they remembered their position, that's good.
of Radnor Township
of Radnor Township
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Right. Congratulations to all. Please sign your oaths, and the Township Secretary, I believe, will be collecting them so that I can sign them for you. And once again, thank you for the honor of participation.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ann.
The appointment to the standing committees, Finance and Audit, all commissioners, Public Health, John Fisher, Chair, John Nagel, and Kevin Higgins. I'm sorry, I'll pass these down. Public Works, Jim Higgins, Chair, and Don Curley and Bill Spengler. Open Space, Elaine Schaefer, Chair, Bill Spengler and John Nagel. Public Safety, Elaine Schaefer, Chair, Jim Higgins and Don Curley. Personnel Administration, Kevin Higgins, Chair, John Nagel and Bill Spengler. Community Development, Don Curley, Chair, Jim Higgins and John Fisher. Library, Elaine Schaefer, Chair, Don Curley and Jim Higgins. Park and Recreation, John Nagel, Chair, Elaine Schaefer and John Fisher. And Ad Hoc Finance and Audit Committee, John Fisher, Chair, and Kevin Higgins and Bill Spengler. And they're the appointments that I'm making for the standing committees.
Thank you, Bill. We have the reappointments to the advisory boards and commissions. Under Board of Health, I'll just name all reappointments and we'll vote at the end. Under Board of Health, we have Kelly Doyle and David Humphrey. Civil Service Commission, Edward Molinix. Environmental Advisory Council, Daniel Meyer, Cynthia Ritz. Park and Recreation Board, Michael Glynn. Rental Housing Appeals Board, Elizabeth Peggy Gaskins. Citizens Cable Council, Joseph Shane. Code Appeals Board, Alex Prezanta. Design Review Board, James Bradbury. Plan Commission, Walter Kunda and Doug McCone.
I'll move all the appointments.
Second.
Any board discussion? Any public comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
I'll move the authorization to set the 2012 meeting dates and holiday schedule.
Second.
Any board discussion? I did have a question, and this will come up at our next meet, at our regular meeting. And Bob, this might be a question for you, and I apologize I didn't get a chance to ask you about this. In the calendar, we are showing our normal Board of Commissioner meetings, but we have excuse me, additional dates. For instance, January 30th, we have an additional meeting, potential meeting. Should we be putting that on the calendar now, or would you like, we'll put all those additional dates on at the next meeting?
We can do that, and then we'll also put the times in there accordingly. Because there are some of the boards meet much earlier in the evening, and this way the Board of Commissioners more than likely will meet 7:30.
Okay.
So we'll set
So
that.
once the board approves the tentative proposed meeting dates, then we'll,
That's correct.
which we kind of already did for last year. So, okay, good. Any public discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Move we adjourn?
Mr. President, could I have exercise a point of privilege?
Yes.
I'm the only new member tonight. All of you are veterans. I'd like to take a moment just to thank the retired Commissioner Hank Mahoney. I know he was recognized at the last meeting, and it was a well-deserved recognition. Hank was very gracious to me in helping me with the transition from his service for 16 years to my service, which begins this evening. I think the hallmark of Hank Mahoney's service for those 16 years, which were incidentally from 1996 to 2011, were he treated everybody that came before this important body with fairness and civility, no matter how truculent the tone or how abrasive the behavior of the people in front of him. That was Hank's trademark. And I would like to salute him for that and recognize him. And add one other thing, and that is his knowledge of municipal law. He practices in that area, helped the Board of Commissioners quite a bit during those years. So thank you, Hank Mahoney.
Thank you, Jim.
Also, I think we should thank Commissioner Fisher for his service as board president in 2011.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Please stand. We're going to retire the colors. Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Well, I was going to give a speech, but I told Marty we'd be out of here in 25 minutes, so. I'd like to call the meeting to order for Tuesday, January 3rd, and ask if there's any public participation. Now would be your time to come up to the mic. Seeing none, we'll move into the notice of executive session. We had an executive session this evening where we discussed litigation matters. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes for the Board of Commissioner meeting for December 12th?
I move we approve the minutes for December 12th.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any questions for the commissioners? Public have any questions? All those in favor?
Bill, I'm going to abstain because I wasn't involved in that meeting.
All right. All those in favor raise their hand.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 6-0 with one abstention. Now I'd like to have a motion to appoint Kevin Kazansky, Director of Community Development, as Township Zoning Officer.
I motion we appoint Kevin Kachansky, Director of Community Development, as Township Zoning Officer.
Second.
Any discussion with the commissioners? Public have any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, we're going to move to committee reports. We've got Public Works and Engineering. Jim Higgins.
We have one matter tonight on the agenda, and that's the approval of the purchase of a snowplow by our Public Works and Engineering Department and the purchase is to be via the Pennsylvania CoStarz contract. That's a Commonwealth-wide purchasing program that Radnor is eligible to participate in. The vendor is H.A. DeHart and Son. I know Mr. Norsini is fully knowledgeable with regard to this purchase. And Steve, I assume that we have good information about H.A. DeHart and the reliability and quality of their products.
That is correct, Commissioner Higgins.
Do you have anything you want to explain about the proposed purchase?
No, sir, but other than it's a sorely needed object, the plow, the funds are available and were approved in the budget. And by use of the CoStar contract, we'd like to move forward as quickly as possible.
Jim, would you like to make the motion to approve?
Yes, I move that the board approve the purchase of one snowplow via the Pennsylvania CoStarz contract number 025-052 from H.A. DeHart and Son in the amount of $8,258.
Second.
Second. Any commissioners have any comment? Public have any comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have Finance and Audit. John Fisher.
Thanks, Bill. Have to give me a second to get my documents in front of me here. We have in front of us the disbursements for approval, bill list 2011-12C. Says that these bills have been approved by the respective department heads, verified and processed by the Finance Department, and are within the 2011 total by fund budgetary limits as imposed by the Board of Commissioners as of December 13th public meeting, 2010 public meeting. The total is $858,624.17. I'll move to approve this.
Do I have a second? I'll
Second.
second. All right.
And I just, Bill White, any comments, anything we need to add to this? No, sir. Okay, thank you very much.
Any commissioners have any comment? Public have any comment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Any opposed on that? That's it under Finance and Audit.
You have one other item?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. We have a motion to approve the 2012 discussion items for 2013 budget plan schedule. We have Mr. Zinkowski, the Township Manager, has put together a schedule for us. I think you all have copies of that in your packet. This is not the first time we've seen this. We have a schedule of topics to discuss each month of this year. The first, we actually have two items to discuss in January. Tentatively, we have it stated on January 18th, we'll be talking about stormwater quality management. And then on January 30th, we'll be discussing fiscal policies, capital equipment replacement, funding policy, and we'll hear from the CARFAC on a presentation. I'll just read the first quarter so we have a sense. On February 21st, we'll be discussing pensions, the OPEB, and the CARFAC will also be coming in to participate in that meeting. And then in March, we'll be discussing township services and staffing. So we have a large number of topics. If we try to have these on our regular scheduled meetings, we'll all be here till 2 or 3 in the morning, so it's probably best to have special meetings for these. The only question is, will these meetings be attended by the entire board or not? I assume yes. There will probably be some hardship in some cases where all board members may not be able to attend, but I think it would be in everyone's best interest if we all try to come for these topics. So at this point, I'll move to approve this schedule. It is certainly something that we can change as time goes on if we find conflicts, if we find that it's too arduous or too difficult to meet this schedule. I suggest that we've got to move ahead with this.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Bob, I have a question. Is your intent to distribute this once it's approved to the affected organizations so they can plan? Because the one thing that jumps out to me is the July 18th meeting, which may be a bit of a challenge with summer schedules and things like that, and just to give those folks enough of a heads up.
Bill hosted a meeting with those organizations, already a pre-meeting preparation for that, so they are fully aware. So I think they're waiting on the adoption of this, and we'll get the information out to everybody.
Any other commissioner discussion? Public comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Next.
No further report.
Okay, Personnel Administration, Kevin?
Just an announcement of board vacancies. There's a vacancy on the Civil Service Commission for a 6-year term. There's another vacancy on the Park and Recreation Board for a 5-year term. There's another vacancy on the Rental Housing Appeals Board for a 5-year term. On the Code Appeals Board, there is a single vacancy for a 6-year term. Then on the Ethics Board, there are 3 vacancies for a 4-year term. And for the Citizens Communication Council, there are 2 vacancies for a 5-year term. So those who are interested should send their resume and application to the Township Manager, and like to get folks involved, especially people who have not been involved before.
Any Commissioner comment? Okay. Next, we have Public Safety,
Nothing on the agenda.
Parks and Recreation, John?
Nothing on the agenda.
Community Development, Don?
Nothing to report.
Library, Elaine?
Nothing to report.
Public Health, John?
Nothing to report at this time.
Any old business Commissioners would like to bring up? Any new business? Any public participation? I move we adjourn.